Good morning and welcome to the shop, friends. I've got a fun little project for today. I picked up a Kubota push mower for free on Craigslist. To be honest, I didn't even know that Kubota made push mowers, and it looks like they don't anymore, but they used to. So we're gonna get it cleaned up and see if we can get it started. So here it is. It's a Kubota W5021 push mower. I think it's from the mid to late 80s, it looked like. This thing is built like a tank. I mean, this is like 1/4 inch thick aluminum. There is a commercial variant. This is not the commercial variant, but it looks like the differences were relatively minimal. And this thing sure seems to be built solidly. It's got a shaft driven drive system. Everything's metal. It is missing the air filter cover, which honestly is probably going to be the most annoying part of getting this going again, because I'm sure that's not easy to find. But we're going to get it cleaned up. A couple of the cables are seized. The guy I got it from said he didn't know if it ran or not, so we'll get it cleaned up and put some gas in it and see what happens. I did pull the spark plug off as well. Always a good idea when working on lawnmowers, especially. You don't want the engine to start with that blade on the bottom when you're not expecting it to. So the first thing we're going to do, the guy told me the pull cord was broken. It's not actually broken, it's just not retracting all the way. So I took the 4 bolts out right here on the top, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do about that. So let's see if I can show this on camera here. But basically, as you can see, it still works. It's just not retracting all the way because the springs inside get old over time. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it out a little bit and hold it with my thumb here. And then I'm going to wrap this cord around without moving the thing once or twice. So let's see, there's once. So that's better. Yeah, that's pretty good. I might leave it at that. Maybe I'll give it one more. So same thing, just pull it out a little bit, and then grab the cord here and just wrap it around. Make sure it sits in that channel where it's supposed to. And there we go, much better. So now it's got much better spring back. Over on the side of the mower here, another good thing to check before we try and start it is that there's oil in it. So let's see here. Wow, yeah, there is oil and it looks very, very clean. It's also a metal dipstick, which is cool. So cool, yeah, that's great news. We'll change the oil before we really use it, but that's enough oil in there to be comfortable starting it. So you can see here's a fuel shut off, and it is in the closed position, and also the fuel tank is empty, so that's a good sign. Hopefully that means there hasn't been old gas sitting in it for decades. This is the shaft driven drive system, which is pretty cool. Here's the how you shift it in from neutral into moving mode. Oh, there's Olive going to check out the shop. So one other thing we're gonna have to do before we start it is get these cables unfrozen. So I've got this one disconnected, and I can see that it goes into this little thing. There's a slot there, so I should be able to just pull that out, and then the other end of the cable attaches right there. So I think if we can get it out of this slot, we should be able to rotate it this way and pop the cable out. Yeah, so we can see the end here, so it's just dropped, this little barrel dropped straight down and then it rotated in. So I think what I'm going to do here is try and just get some WD-40 or PB Blaster down in there and just try a couple times to sort of pull it back and forth and see if we can get it freed up. Okay, so I got the cables freed up. It was a little trickier than I thought it would be, but I got them all freed up. I couldn't really film it, it's just a lot of like wiggling back and forth, but they're all freed. So now I'm gonna try and start it. I put some gas in it. I put the spark plug back on. Again, check to make sure there's oil. And I've got this in choke mode. And we're gonna turn the fuel on. And give her a pull. Okay. So it doesn't want to start. I'm going to give it a spray with gas or with carb cleaner, see if that changes anything. That would indicate if the carb is working all right. All right, so she's starting. I'm gonna do that a couple more times, just kind of see if it'll really start to run. And then we'll figure out what is next. All right, well, it started up, which is awesome. I think we're gonna call that good because it's starting to rain, so I pushed it out of the rain, and we'll get back to it another time. So this might be part one of the video, but yeah, got it started. Cool little machine, and really excited to get it all cleaned up. The power drive didn't work, so we'll have to figure out what's going on with that next. But I think the blade engaged and disengaged, and definitely the motor ran, and once it started up, it seemed to be running pretty good. So awesome little machine, and yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for following along, and we'll see you on the next one.